Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. In today I'm going to pick up one of the requests that I've got many times on my channel, that is the steps required to create this kind of light activated portrait. Now I already have a video of something similar on my channel where you actually need the LED lights at the back to achieve the desired effect, but this one actually works without the light. I'll talk a bit more about it, that how it is impractical, but let me show you the different steps that are required to achieve this effect, and let's get started. So for this portrait, I have chosen an image of our Honorable Prime Minister, and since this is a layered portrait, so I generated the template in Inkscape and then created this surrounding image around it in the PowerPoint. Also, if you see that there are vertical lines in the portrait. Now, why do we need these vertical lines? The primary purpose of keeping these vertical lines is basically to ensure that the isolated black areas which I'm going to keep on my portrait remain connected. But at the end you will really need to get rid of these vertical lines, because if you keep them, then when you put it against the light, those lines will always be visible, and I will show this to you during the assembly of the layers. So the first step is to cut out these layers, and for that I'm going to utilize the OLFA paper cutting knife. All I need to do is to cut out all the white areas and keep all the black areas. I'm going to keep these vertical lines to ensure that all my isolated areas also remain connected. Now if you have seen my other portrait videos, I normally connect the areas which I want to keep, and on face I normally cut out the black portions and remove the white areas. But since this is a light activated portrait, so basically you are cutting inverse, and for that it is important that all those black areas remain interconnected, and hence those lines. So I've cut all the layers of the camera, and here they are after removing the template from the actual craft paper. And now comes the moment of truth, where I'm going to put them up against a lighted background and see if I get the desired effect just by placing the layers one above another. Now I'm going to replicate the exact same steps from the reel over my light pad. So first a blank layer of paper, then the different layers that you have cut out one above another. So I'm going to carefully place the layers one above another. As you can see that just because you have placed the layer against the light, those vertical lines do not become invisible. Sooner or later you need to get rid of them to get the actual portrait. And as you can see that with the help of light I'm getting that shadowed effect on the portrait, but those lines are still visible, and those lines do not look good. And the principle is very simple here, and it is the principle of lightbox portrait also. The amount of layers the light has to get through, the more the number of layers, the darker that area will be. The less the number of layers, the lighter that area will be. Simple physics principle. So basically there's a lot of work that is happening off camera. Artists or the persons who are working on these kind of portraits are actually removing those lines off the camera and then again reassembling it. So don't be worried that if you are not able to achieve this effect, because you actually need to get rid of those lines and ensure that you place those isolated areas in the correct places on the portrait, so that you can achieve the desired effect. And I also had to do that, as you can see on screen, that you glued those isolated areas first on the base paper and then carefully removed those vertical lines to achieve the final effect. And you will also have to do that. So once again I will repeat, the principle of this portrait remains exactly same as the one that I have already shown in my lightbox video. The only difference here is that there is no LED setup, but then the portrait is blank from the front and the back, and unless you hold it up against a light, you are not going to see the portrait. So if you hang it up on a wall, you cannot see anything. It's just a blank piece of paper. So I'm a little bit disappointed by the practicality of it, because at the end of the day you have to put it up against a lighted background. Anyway, I just wanted to explain to you guys how to make this kind of portrait, and this is the process of it. No shortcuts, no magic. It's just plain old lightbox portrait creation, but without the LED light. So I hope you guys found this video useful and you guys found it interesting, and finally you know how to build this kind of portrait. If you guys like this video, then please do not forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Also do subscribe to my channel for regular videos on paper arts, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.